Welcome to this week's episode of The Second Scoop. I'm Cheng here to give you this week's Top Gun news. So I'm here in Omaha, Nebraska at a duck hunt and duck and geese hunt with the powderhook.com team. They've been gracious hosts, and we've had a really fun, successful morning session. We're packing it up right now and heading out to lunch. You can see some decoys out there, and oh, there's our retriever dog. But anyway, first story is 12-year-old Tamir Rice out of Cleveland, Ohio. This was a boy who was in a public park, and he was apparently drawing what appeared to be a pistol and pointing it at people in the park. And so naturally, someone called 911. They reported that there was a boy brandishing a pistol at people in the park. And even though the caller reported that it was possibly a fake gun, when the police arrived at the scene, they approached Tamir Rice, who proceeded to pull the pistol out of his waistband, and the police unfortunately had to shoot him dead on the scene. One thing to note about the Tamir Rice story was that this was an airsoft pistol that had the orange safety tip removed, and so as far as the cops were concerned, this looked like a real firearm, and they unfortunately had to draw their weapons when the 12-year-old boy decided to draw the pistol from his waistband when the cops approached him. And it doesn't matter who you are, if you point a weapon at the police, you're not doing something very smart. It doesn't matter whether it's an airsoft pistol or a firearm or even a knife or any other type of weapon that is potentially threatening. So at first glance, it looks like the police did everything that they should have done, and it'll be interesting to see in this Tamir Rice story whether there was anything that the police could have done differently. But according to current reports, it just seems like that the police did what they felt was the right thing to protect themselves and to protect the public. In our second story, Kroger, the grocery store chain, that reported an increase of 21% profits in Q3 compared to the same period last year. And so this is interesting because the Moms Demand Action has been doing a shame campaign since September, trying to get Kroger to ban guns from all their stores. So Shannon Watts, who's the leader of Moms Demand Action, has clearly failed in this respect. So not only did they failed to get Kroger to ban guns, but their initiatives have led to Kroger getting more profits, since Kroger basically said, nope, we're not going to ban guns. So 21% profits, in Q3 is a pretty great accomplishment for Kroger. So hat tip to Kroger for sticking to their policy of following local and state regulations with regards to gun laws. This week's story of a good guy with a gun brings us to Cheyenne, Wyoming, where a 42-year-old pharmacist was working when a man came in with an airsoft pistol and threatened the pharmacist and demanded narcotics. And the pharmacist luckily was armed, and he shot the assailant, and he was taken to the hospital, and he's expected to live. And this is another example of a story of a good guy with a gun who, thankfully he didn't have to kill anyone. I mean, yes, he shot him, but nobody died, but he was able to protect himself. And finally, in this week's video of the week, NRA News' Ginny Simone reports out of Rifle, Colorado, in a fantastic restaurant there called Shooter's Grill. There they have waitresses who are allowed to open carry and protect themselves and exercise their Second Amendment rights. And not only are the servers allowed to open carry, but they encourage their customers to as well. So you can get dishes such as the M16 burrito and the locked and loaded nachos while you are exercising your Second Amendment rights and enjoying gun talk with other folks. Rifle, Colorado is a small town, and it's definitely small town living, but if you're in the Rifle, Colorado area, definitely go check out Shooter's Grill, and hope you have not only a good time eating food with family and friends, but a good time exercising your Second Amendment rights. Well, that does it for this week's episode of The Second Scoop. Thanks again to the powderhook.com team for hosting me here in Nebraska. We're going to have another great afternoon of ducking and goose hunting. So with that, thanks for watching.